drained Darwin Núñez. Not sure what was said between the two of them, but the bottom line is that City didn't get that second goal, and then a minute after Haaland had flicked it on the near post and Alisson had saved, Salah teed it up, Alexander Arnold swept it into the corner of the net, and it was 1-1 at the Etihad Stadium. And City's run of 23 straight victories here at the Etihad Stadium comes to an end with a final score here of City 1, Liverpool 1. Well, let's get back to the studio where we can hear from Cel, and I think I'm determined to know what David James as a goalkeeper made of that foul, as it was adjudged by Akanji on Alisson.
Welcome back to the studio. So there we have it. What a game of football, and it is finished all level. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Big Steve, fans' reaction straight away. What are your thoughts and feelings?
Disappointed, really, near the end there. We looked like we were in control. We got caught out. We should have scored here. Erling Haaland with a chance. Great save by Alisson. They go up the other end and get the equaliser. And then towards the end there, we were huffing and puffing, but we couldn't get the job done. I mean, on reflection, you never want to draw at home. Like we say, we're champions. You know, we should be winning these games. But it's Liverpool. We didn't get beat. It's 2 draws on the spin. Got to go back and got another couple of tough games coming up now. You know what I mean? Tottenham and Villa. Yeah. We got to make sure we win them too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. From the Liverpool point of view, you know, they were hoping to kind of get that goal. They got it, and it made for a great second half.
Yeah, I think second half performance much better than the first half. The Liverpool came out and were a different side, more of a threat, and I think it's a wonderful finish from Trent Alexander in the end. But again, you need a top-class goalkeeper, you know, and Alisson to make a great save, and then you go up the pitch and punish them, you know. So I think if you're Liverpool, you're happier with second half performance, and again you've mixed it, let's say, against the champions, and no, they will come away from this game happy with the point.
It's interesting, that, isn't it? The reaction, this result in comparison on both teams, as you know, Charlie said there. For Liverpool, you've come and got a draw at the Etihad. For City, they're probably maybe thinking 2 points dropped. So how do you think that's going to play out over the next couple of games, David? Or
yeah, it's difficult to see what's going to happen when we've got Champions League in between and stuff like that. I mean, when you ask a question at half time, I think Pep would have been the happier manager, obviously, because he was in, but for the sake of sounding boring and like an anorak, Liverpool do play better in the second half in away games. I think the frustration will be for Man City more than the joy for Liverpool, because there was times in that game where Man City were just in total control. For Liverpool, I think the frustration will be that they didn't take the opportunities. And yes, Ellie made a big save just before the goal, but it wasn't like he was being over-tested. Now, I know there's people shouting at me right now about the disallowed goal and stuff like that, but in the end, it was the right decision from the referee. I think for Liverpool, they'll look at it and go, okay, we've got away with a point, as opposed to, wow, we deserved a point because we played so well. Eddie's made a couple of saves in the first half, didn't really do a lot. Second half caught, I mean, we laugh at Alexander Arnold's corners, Edison's catching practice. They're the moments that if you're going to steal points at the Etihad, take advantage of set plays. Having said that, the finish. If Haaland had scored that goal, everyone would be raving about it. It was a wonderful finish from Trent.
Just before the goal, let's talk about quickly the disallowed goal. It was a corner, Steve, and then Alisson came. Well, talk us through it. Correct decision.
I don't think it was. I think it was a goal. I don't think he's touched him. He's hardly touched him. Alisson, the size he is, it's like look at the size of him. You know what I mean? The guy both went up for it. He's miscontrolled it. He's not judged it at all. And he's dropped it for me, but it is what it is. Goalkeepers are protected. Jamie will tell you that. And at the end of the day, for me, it was soft. It was soft. I'm sure they'll analyse it tonight on different shows, but for me, no, it was too soft. I didn't think Akanji touched him at all.
Charlie, I'll come to you and then we'll finish with the key. What was it for you, do you think?
I think it's one of them. It's if you're Liverpool, you're happy with it, but I think Alisson's got to be stronger in terms of dealing with the cross. And ultimately, it's a foul. You know, he's close to him and his hand's on his shoulder. It's a foul. But you know, as a Man City fan, you'd be disappointed with that. But again, the laws are there, aren't they, David?
Yeah.
I think if we quickly go through it, the point is Ali puts his hands up, catch the ball.
Yeah.
Kanji puts his arm on Ali's arm, not his shoulder, on his arm. So that slightly impinges his movement. And it wasn't like Kanji was in front of him for Ali to know it. It's come from the side, puts his arm on, and that means he drops the ball. Because the referee gave it straight away, VAR have got to overturn the referee's on-field decision. I think if the referee hadn't seen the hand and given the goal, VAR would have still looked at it. Liverpool fans would be saying it's a foul, but the referee would have given a goal. I don't think it was a dangerous or overpowering foul, but the fact was there was an interruption in Alisson's movement. So the decision on the field is correct because that's what the referee felt.
Well, yeah, fair enough. So let's then move a bit into the game. Then it really kind of ramps up a little bit. Now, before we talk about the Liverpool goal, the chance at this end there, Steve, it was Doku again, brilliant.
Jeremy again down that left-hand side. He's had a great game today, Jeremy, but we've talked about it off air, the end product from him sometimes, I think Charlie said, he's like a boat without, he don't know where he's steering, he just gets to the point, he's going for it, he's a motorboat, but there's a few times he should have got the final crossing, in more dangerous areas, Foden at the back post, and then he does get round his man there, puts it in, and Erling with a chance, but it's a fantastic save. It's a fantastic save from the goalkeeper, keeps him in the game, and then bang, they go up the other end, and it's a sucker punch. It was hard to take, you know what I mean? You could feel it out there, the crowd just dropped a bit.
Charlie, did talk us through
I talk about Doku, right? He's a young kid still.
Yeah.
And he's going to take them moments in that final part of the game, and I was talking about the important parts, that final decision you make, that'll come with experience.
Yeah.
So coming from Belgium, coming into this league, a young kid, it's different, and it takes time. So you look at Grealish when he first come into the club, making the decisions. Next season, when he's got that opportunity again, his decision making will be totally different.
Yes.
And that final little bit of quality will come. He's a talent, and you see that with the pace and the power he's got. He'll have great moments, he'll have tough moments like today, but he's a threat, and that's what you need from your wide players, a threat. And I like everything. This first time I've seen him really close up, and yeah, he caused Trent Alexander a lot of problems at times.
Speaking of Trent, now scorer of the equalising goal. Talk us through it from the Liverpool point of view. It's
a great play out again in transition for Liverpool, nick it, and then they go and. I think it's Gravenberch plays it across the middle of the pitch, comes across, and Trent takes just one touch and finishes. It's great technique and finishing, and Edison probably wasn't set for it because he hit it so early, and it was a great goal for Liverpool. Like I say, they stayed in the game as long as they can. The goalkeeper makes big saves. The longer you stay at 1-0, then you always get an opportunity, and you've got somebody like Trent on the pitch. He takes his chance, and like Dave says, that Liverpool, Man City will be frustrated with losing the 2 points, but Liverpool will be happy enough that they managed to get back into the game.
Absolutely. Let's head pitch side then. We've been hearing from him all throughout our build-up and at half-time. FG is now stood with Brownie to get both their thoughts.
Yes, full time here at the Etihad Stadium. Michael Brown joining me pitch side. 1-1, a game of real quality from both sides.
It was a fascinating game, end to end at times. You've seen great quality. Liverpool come in pressing, seen City play through that press. It was an amazing watch, unselfish runs. Just saying that in commentary, Bernardo was everywhere, wasn't he? Dropping in, some great play. And we thought, we think that's the second goal. It's a poor decision. It's changed the whole outcome of the game. VAR decided not to overturn it. There's going to be a lot said about FG. Yes, it was a good goal from a Liverpool perspective. We've seen a wonderful game. But with that decision, City win the game.
Well, I wanted to ask you that actually, Brownie, and you've just taken the words out of my mouth. It looked very, very soft.
What are you going to ask now then?
Well, it looked very soft, but had the goal have been given, do you think VAR would overturn that?
This is the problem. We can talk about overturning, as there being an obvious error, etc. Why didn't we just send him over to the screen? Go and have a little look at it, decide for yourself, and at that point the referee's had a couple of views at it, he's seen it live, he's seen it again, and I think I pretty much know the outcome. He'd probably say, do you know what, there's not enough contact. I'll be interested to see what David James says in the studio. We know full well, we want protection of goalkeepers, I understand that and I get that, and it's different to what we've seen for many years, but this game, that's such a decision which has changed the whole outlook of the game. 2-0 to City, it's a big difference.
It absolutely is, and of course it's a game of fine margins. We saw that 60 seconds of madness. Jeremy Doku, great work to get past his man.
Some skills on that.
Some skill indeed. He put the ball across, couldn't get that finish, and then Liverpool went on the other end, and Trent scored a great goal, didn't he? Great first touch.
Yeah, and that's what he does. He gets into those positions. He's got a wonderful right foot. We know obviously he stepped in and played in that midfield area where he possibly could, and he got that one chance, and he delivered a great strike across Ederson. But the point was, we've witnessed a really good performance. I think City deserved to win. Liverpool come out and played their part for sure. So there's a title race on, but still nothing changes from my outlook. City are the better side. I'll think they'll go on and win the Premier League, no question. So I think that's the most important thing. So I think it's not the worst thing to happen, a draw. We wanted a City win, but again, it was just a wonderful. To watch this football like that, what we're witnessing, and the way City go about it was amazing.
It absolutely is. Look, we'll sleep well, knowing that we've played well. We've still got players to come back, of course, from injury. We've still got a long season ahead. But it does look like a City-Liverpool sort of top two. Potentially Arsenal are there as well. Spurs are there. It's going to be a fascinating year, isn't it, Brownie?
A fascinating one. Obviously, big games to come up as well. Champions League. Spurs is going to be another game where they're going to say, right, handball is going to come and really go for it. And City will say, yes, please, we'll enjoy that, and we'll open it up slightly. But you've seen that little concern today with Pep was saying at times we didn't want that yo-yo effect. We just wanted to make sure we had more control, and they did that wherever they possibly could. Liverpool contributed. That's a good side, isn't it?
Yeah,
the counter-attacking ability of what they've got. But City in a great position, and I just think just watch it continue, watch it to develop, and a fantastic show again from Pep Guardiola's team.
And a fantastic show from you again on Matchday Live, Brownie. Let's head back to the studio. We'll be back pitch side for the RB Leipzig game. The fun doesn't stop. A game straight away. Let's go back to the studio.
Cheers, FG. Cheers, Brownie. We'll have a quick look ahead to that Champions League fixture in just a second. Charlie, I just wanted to ask you, and it's something, Steve, you mentioned, obviously, that's 2 draws in a row now. Granted, it's against Chelsea and Liverpool, which I think as long as you don't lose, it's important. But is there a cause for a little bit of concern, or maybe something that City might be looking at going, what can we do better? Because as we say, Tottenham to come as well now.
You can always do better. You can always improve. Even this Man City team, Pep will be saying we can do things better. We can keep the ball better. We can, the chances we create when we get in that final third, can we be more creative in terms of what we're doing? But ultimately, at the moment, it's Premier League. It's tough. It's a tough league. You go away to Chelsea, you draw. You come here against, probably one of your closest rivals, and you have a draw at home, which you're expected to win. There's no crisis. There's no, disappointment. But Pep will be thinking, okay, next game Leipzig with Tuesday night Champions League. They're the big games you want to be playing in. And no, I think that Man City are in a good place. And ultimately, when you get your Grealishes back and Stones coming back into the team will improve again.
Yeah, absolutely. David, let's look at then to the Champions League. RB Leipzig, do you think we'll maybe see a bit of rotation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll keep going back to the point, and I did ask Charlie before the game. It's kind of like the players' mentality. The draw against Chelsea, I don't think was properly dealt with. I don't think it's probably, or the manner of the draw, and the sort of the thing with RB Leipzig. Again, it's happened here, hasn't it? Liverpool have actually pegged Man City back, so it's 2 games in a row where you've had the lead and you've lost it. So I think there needs to be, and it's difficult to do in space of a few days, some kind of refreshment where the team against RB Leipzig come out, play well. The team that has been rested, in a sense, get a chance just to get their heads back together again. I mean, it sounds like it's critical, which it's not.
Yeah.
But these little things, if you don't deal with them, could then become big things. But I think RB, hopefully, Oscar Bob gets to play, or Rico Lewis.
Yeah, I could see it.
Because they look the same.
And of course, as well, we won the reverse.
Yeah.
We won the reverse fixture 3-1, so hopefully as well that'll be we'll carry that run on. Steve, I mean, like them tiny little changes, just from what you've seen in the last couple of games, what would you maybe like to see us be tweaking possibly, or do you think just to get back to that kind of winning form that we've been used to seeing with City so much?
We've just got to get back to winning ways, you know what I mean? A couple of draws, mad game at Chelsea, you know what I mean? This was a real high intensity game today. Tuesday night against Leipzig, give a few of the fringe players a run out, keep them up to speed. I was a little disappointed with the bench today. I was looking at the bench and I just was maybe looking for a spark, and I don't think there was anything there to give it. We've got a lot of young players on there and stuff, but to throw them in a game like this at a critical time at 1-1, I don't think it would have helped. John Stones, if he would have been fit, maybe to come in, and do that Akanji role just a little bit better than what Akanji does, maybe would have helped. But other than that, there's this big myth that Manchester City have this massive squad. They've got 3 players in every position and this, that and the other. They haven't. They've got a good squad and they've got several players that can play in several different positions, you know what I mean? Before the game I was talking about maybe adding bodies in January and stuff like that, but I think Pep will have a step back, have a look at it. It's not time to panic. We're creating plenty of chances and stuff, but we've just got to bounce back Tuesday, and then we've got tough games at Spurs and Villa coming up, so you know what I mean? It was important not to lose this game today.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So I'm not walking out of here disappointed. You know, walking out of here thinking, okay, we got a point. I don't think the title is decided on this game, but we've just got to keep on the coattails of them top 3 places for me. Get to that business end of the season where Manchester City kick in gear, get Kevin De Bruyne back fit, and let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Do you know what as well? We have to finish on a brilliant positive note. 50 Premier League goals. That was his 50th Premier League goal today,
Brilliant.
Charlie, for
Not bad, is
Haaland. I mean, that for a season in a quarter, that's some feat, isn't it?
He's unbelievable. He's a young kid. Talk about young in terms of how we are, and watching the experience he shows in the games and playing against the top players. You know, he goes and he's relevant. His spells out of the game, periods out of the game, but what a threat he is. And again today with his goal, it's just movement. And again, right at the end, he gets across the front. If somebody had actually gambled at the back post, might have really got that goal in the last minute. But his movement's brilliant, and he's a real focal point. But you can say he's a goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's what we brought to the football club to do. When you lose somebody like Aguero, who's a cult hero here, you need somebody in the top teams to really make a difference, and he's made a difference to this Manchester City team.
Yes, indeed.
Should have had a Ballon d'Or.
Should have agreed.
Should have, yeah.
So did Julian Alvarez for me, to be honest with you. Yeah. World Cup and a treble. You know, for as young player goes. That's about my being bonnet. Right, there we have it. He did it in 48 games as well. Another record smash for Haaland as well, beating Andy Cole. Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. David, as always, thank you. Big Steve.
Thank you.
And Charlie as well. Massive thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed it, man. And thank you to all of you for watching. Now, we will go out on something that you've probably been seeing throughout the show. Etihad have been celebrating their 20th anniversary. So to do that, they have been giving out some prizes at halftime here. They have been giving up to 31 fans who turned 20 in the month of November a chance to win a 3-night stay in Abu Dhabi for them +1. And you can see a few of them here finding out if they won the prize. What a beautiful prize it is. Imagine 20 years old and you get to take you and maybe your missus or a friend to Abu Dhabi for 3 days. What a treat. And from all of us at City as well, a massive congratulations to Etihad for celebrating 20 years. Here's to 20 more. We will be back for the RB Leipzig game, so come join us for that. But until then, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thanks again to my guests. Thanks to everyone involved in the show today. It's been a cracker, and I'll see you all soon. Good afternoon.